Welcome to Dr. Jester Rant, and I'm gonna rant about this from Dark Side of Gaming. Epic Games Launcher client may cause a spike in temperature on some AMD Ryzen and Intel CPUs. I read this news yesterday, but not from DSO Gaming. I read it on another website, but I prefer to wait until more information came out before I gave it to you guys. Or mostly because I felt lazy as well, and I did not want to record a third video yesterday because I was already suffering from the extreme heat that it was. So much so that I actually had to shave a little bit out of my beard to see if I could keep my chin cool. At least long enough for me to give you the news without dying in the process. And on that note, status of my bunghole is Democrat level of swampiness. Balls, I'll say a bit nearly an ocean level of wetness, of moistness, due to the heat. So, it's shenanigans. Alright, even though... sorry, let's go read the news. Even though Epic Games Store has been giving away free PC... God damn it, my English sucks today. Free PC games for this holiday season, some gamers have been experiencing issues with the Epic Games Launcher client. There have been several reports that the Epic Games Launcher has been found to increase the temperature of some AMD Ryzen and Intel processors. Well, this is what happens. Wait, what the hell is this in my hand? Just some skin. It's apparently, in summary, just give you a summary, it's because apparently the launcher keeps on pushing the CPU over and over again and sending about 14 times more data out of your computer than Steam does to Epic. Well, apparently, Epic Games Launcher is making do without those beautiful Chinese dollars. They are definitely making it worth for the 10 cents. Where else do you think that data is going to end up in? Is it going to stay with Teamy Tencent? You bet your ass it's not gonna be like that. Allegedly. Alright. This is making some CPUs run hotter even without any game running, as reported by multiple users on Reddit. It's AMD. Alright, it's from a subreddit AMD. And I also tested it and verified by Hot Hardware as well. This is the news that I read yesterday. The Epic Games Launcher appears to be continuously running some sort of relatively demanding process in the background when the spike in CPU temp occurs. One Reddit user, at a new carbon, noticed that his AMD Ryzen 7 5800X CPU 5000, 2000, 3000X double of X ultimate expression. Alright, CPU idle temperatures dropped from 50 to 37 when he closed the Epic Games Store app /client. The EGL application appears to be using some CPU resources even when it is running in the background. At least that's what it's being reported right now. Thank goodness I'm not using the Epic Games Launcher, but right now my CPU is running at 55, 58, 59, and thereabouts. And this is an Intel i7 9700K. I think I'm gonna blame the local temperature, because I have it running slightly overclocked. Alright. Coffee first. Coffee. It's some sort of tea. Fight me. Though it should be noted that not all AMD Ryzen owners have been experiencing this issue, so it might not be widespread as reported on Reddit, but some Intel CPU owners have also observed a similar behavior with the EGL app. Let me put it this way, the last time this shitty app touched my computer was before I built this new CPU out of parts that I bought separately and reused the case of my old PC from 2009. So basically it's a bit of a Franken CPU with a case that only has a USB 2.0 and a certain issue with placing a PSU and cooling tubes, because I'm using some Jesus Christ, I'm using some cooling system on my CPU here. Interesting, right? But due to the pipes not fitting properly and causing issues with the fan on the side, I had to put the cooling back down. The CPU cooling back down, so the cooling is here, the CPU is here. So that's the only way I could fit it in without actually causing the pipes, which goes like this, to touch the fan on the side of the case. This was causing a bit of the fan was eating away little by little the mesh and the fabric of the tube. So before I had an accident or something got worse, I had to actually change the situation, because when you put it sideways and put it backwards like this, here is the CPU and this is the cooling, the cooler with the fans and the radiator. The tubing would touch it like this. It would keep touching and get into contact with the fan. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get back to the article. Let's see. Some Ryzen CPU may run up to 20 Celsius hotter with the AGL client. And that's without any game running. As mentioned before, the launcher appears to increase the CPU usage on certain threads, which in turn is affecting the temperature of the whole processor package. Alright, this is practically what I read in there. Let's see, it's not running on the left side and the temperature. Alright, processes, where is the temperature? 34 to... Holy shit to the pickle! 34.28? Those are the temperatures I wish I could achieve. But 56.78 Celsius, imagine if I run that shitty launcher on my CPU right now. Anyway, for what it's worth, the hot hardware was running a liquid cool AMD. That explains those low temperatures, even in idle desktop mode. Hot hardware noticed that the CPU temps were around 53 degrees when Epic Launchers was running, and there was a 2% CPU utilization from the app itself on a 16-core AMD Zen 3 processor. Other games clients like GOG or Steam do not seem to exhibit the same behavior, since these CPU temperatures and usage spikes are not usually typical of game launchers. So what exactly is happening with the Epic Games Launcher, you may ask? Alright, let's see what as Hot Hardware reports. Doing some testing on another personal machine, we noticed that the Epic Games Launcher has 5 different processes open at one time. That's what you get when you use Chromium as well. Actually, your entire launcher is a browser. Out of curiosity, we opened up Glasswire, which is a free network traffic monitor. We could see that the Epic Games Launcher and associated processes were firing up data at regular intervals to over 22 different servers. Well, you need to go and submit to 22 servers because of the amount of data that you need. The amount of data that you need to submit to the Chinese. I'm gonna call it quits before I do my second article. Otherwise, I'm gonna run out of coffee. This was happening when we had a launcher minimized or in the background, and larger spikes shown in the Glasswire graph below are from when we reopen the Epic Games launcher after closing it. Currently, there is no fix for this issue, but there is one workaround. You can try to link the Epic Games launcher to the GOG Galaxy client, which has built-in features to automatically close original launchers after the game is shut down, as pointed out by Video Cards. There's also an alternative. There is an open source launcher for the Epic Games launcher, which is something that I personally recommend over this shenanigans. Let me see if I can find it again. I added it as a bookmark because it's something that you absolutely have to use it if I have to download any of the other games eventually one day or the other. Let's see. I found it. Here it is. Let me just let me see if I'm not getting doxed or anything. I think I think we're good. Alright, here it is. Legendary. It's an alternative launcher. Legendary is an open source game launcher that can download and install games from the Epic Games platform on Linux and Windows. It's named as a tongue-in-cheek play on tiers of item rarity in many MMORPGs. Right now, Legendary is in beta, not feature complete. You might run into some bugs or issues. If you do, please go. Okay. Apparently this is much better than the actual Epic Games launcher, and this is open source made by normal, average people, and not the Epic developers. So you know that Epic is a massive Epic failure. Epic fail, Epic fail, Epic fail. That's exactly what you should name that launcher. It's a goddamn filthy disaster. And that's not even counting the disastrous things that go on with the exclusivity titles or how they absolutely insist on making it exclusive to their stores and not available on, certain other stores. Steam in that case. We saw that with the Dark Developer game. And we are seeing quite a lot of what is happening around here because let me put it this way, if a game goes exclusive to Epic Games Store, suffice to say, there's a very, very high chance of, in this case a 99% chance that the game is going to fucking suck. So it's probably a good thing. So we weed out crappy games out of Steam, and I don't feel compelled in buying it. Interesting. For instance, I haven't even bought Ghostbusters Remastered yet, and I don't think I will until it's being sold with cents or pennies, because they decided to go Epic Games exclusive, and I don't feel like rewarding them with that option. So, And now we're gonna go to hot hardware, like I said. I'm gonna mention here the part which I mentioned in the video, which was 14 times. Or was it 22 that I said? Either way, here it is. The paragraph, what it says. Over the course of approximately an hour, Epic Games sent more data than 414 kilobytes of data to some servers somewhere. This is more than 14 times what Steam and GeForce Experience sent in the background during the same time frame. While it remains to be seen if the data collection is the cause of the CPU usage, something smells fishy here. In fact, it may be advisable to kill off the Epic Games Launcher for now when you are not actively using it. This is not the first time also that the Epic Games Launcher the launcher itself has caused an issue or a problem. Remember back in those days when people found out that they were actually even cloning away your Steam games list and even your wish list and things like that, and storing it in your computer without compression or anything else. and people could actually access it. And they were sending it to Epic, to the Epic Games server. Don't you just love shenanigans like that? It seems that as much as Teamy Tencent tries, there's nothing going on here. Don't look. There's nothing going on here. No, don't look. Don't pay attention to these shenanigans. Don't look at this. The worse it gets. Anyway, I think that's about it, because I still have more shit to do, and the weather is not helping. So I might actually have to turn on my fan. Either way, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you definitely want more updates in regards to my swampy bunghole and my ball sack. So, oh yeah, don't forget to hit the notification bell button, because you absolutely 100% need a notification, just so you can clog your notification bar or menu or something like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Good night.